For lesson 93, we're going to be classifying triangles. So all three-sided polygons are triangles, but not all triangles are alike. So what are polygons? Remember, they're closed, straight lines, and they're flat. They're not three-dimensional. So we distinguish between different types of triangles by using the lengths of their sides and also by the measure of their angles. So here we're going to classify them by their sides. So if all three sides are equal, they're going to be called equilateral triangles. Yeah, equal, equilateral, makes sense. If at least two of the three sides are equal in length, it's going to be an isosceles triangle. Okay. With that definition, is an equilateral triangle an isosceles triangle? It should be, because it says at least two of the three sides are equal in length. Okay, we should still classify it as an equilateral triangle, but that's kind of foreshadowing some of your questions you might get. Now, for a scalene triangle, that means all the sides have different lengths. No sides are the same length. Okay? So scalene, no sides, isosceles, at least two, equilateral, all three sides are equal. Now we're going to classify them by their angles. Okay? We talked about angles before in acute, obtuse, right? Now we're going to classify triangles by them. So if all three angles are acute, or less than 90 degrees, remember acute, little, they're small, it's going to be an acute triangle. So notice in that top triangle, all the angles are less than 90 degrees, therefore we have an acute triangle. If we have a right angle in our triangle, it becomes a right triangle, no matter what the other two angles are. If there's a right angle, it's a right triangle. Usually they'll make that little square symbol in there to show that it's a right angle there. And if we have one angle in there that's an obtuse angle, or more than 90 degrees, it's nice and big, it's going to be an obtuse triangle. So each angle of an equilateral triangle measures 60 degrees. So an equilateral triangle is also an acute triangle. Okay? Because all three angles are 60 degrees, it's all less than 90. They're all acute. Okay? An isosceles triangle may be an acute triangle, a right triangle, or an obtuse triangle. A scalene triangle may also be acute, right, or obtuse. Okay? Something to remember. Okay? An equilateral triangle is always going to be acute, but isosceles and scalene could be any of the three. So let's make some triangles. Let's make an isosceles triangle, an equilateral triangle, a scalene triangle. Okay? So I'm going to start with the equilateral because that's the easiest. All three sides are the same. Okay? An isosceles triangle, that should be pretty close. These two sides are the same. This third side is different. Okay? A scalene triangle, those are the hardest to make, but all three sides are different lengths. Okay? It says now see if you can classify them by their angles, acute, obtuse, or right. So when we look at that isosceles, they're all less than 90 degrees, it's acute. Okay? If we look at my isosceles triangle, it's pretty close, and it's hard to tell because I didn't make perfect triangles. This is almost a right triangle, but we're going to say it's obtuse. This is bigger than 90 degrees, not by much, but we're going to say it is. It's obtuse. If that was a right angle, though, it would be a right triangle. We look at my scalene triangle, you can see none of them are right angles. There is one that's bigger than 90 degrees here, so therefore that's obtuse as well. So, I changed the practice setup. Some of the questions, they're the same as in your book, just in a different order, but you have 5 different questions here. Go ahead and see if you can answer them. Hopefully they're nice and easy for you. Make sure you bring any questions you have to class.